Forex Football and You, a guide to becoming a winning player in the market. Hi, this is Daniel. This is video number 2 in a 3-part series. In the last video, we talked about trading and basically how you can develop a plan, what is important to becoming a good trader. In this video, we're going to be viewing trading as a game and comparing it to the game of football. Now, a lot of you may not think of trading as a game, because games generally are fun to play. You don't lose money in games a lot of times unless you're betting on a certain team or something. But what I wanted to show you is, even though trading is very important and it is risky and you can lose a lot of money, you can make a lot of money, and it's a very serious thing, if we'll kind of step back a little bit and view it as something that we enjoy, we may be able to have a new perspective on it and approach it from a different way, and it may improve your trading results. I know that it definitely helped me when I stepped back out of the picture, so to speak, out of the focus of really how serious trading is, and kind of view it more nonchalant in that I don't take it as serious. I still control my risk. I still am very, very careful about what I do, but when I view it as, hey, this is a series of things to happen. I have a lot of trades that I need to place, and I need a game plan that's going to give me success over a series of trades. And I'm going to compare it to football because it's similar in that way. And football is a team sport. You have offense and defense. Hopefully I will be able to make the connection here for you. Now, in the Forex market, you have teams. And, of course, you can trade any market, but we're going to focus on Forex. I am a Forex trader, and you're probably viewing this video because you have interest in the specific area of Forex. Now, Forex is an acronym for foreign exchange. And we have teams in the Forex that I like to term them different instruments: the dollar, the euro, the British pound, Swiss franc, Canadian dollar, the Japanese yen, and the Australian dollar, and there are others as well, as you know. Now, you can either be a bear in this market or you can be a bull. Doesn't matter. You can choose whether you want to be a bull in the market or a bear, and by that I mean you can choose whether you want to buy the dollar against other pairs, or you can choose if you want to sell the dollar against other pairs or buy other pairs against the dollar. Of course, most of you already know, if you've had any experience, that the Forex market trades in pairs. Not a single instrument, but one currency against another. So you can choose whichever one you want to be. You can either become a buyer in the market of one pair, or you can become a seller. So you can choose what team. That's a good thing about it, is you have the choice. Now, in football teams, we also have the choice of choosing a team that we want to play on. Unlike a draft in the real world, you can actually choose different teams like Dallas Cowboys, New England Patriots. Think of this like a fantasy draft or whatever, or a fantasy team. You can choose your team, and then you can choose the players. Now, you have offense and you have defense. So in real life football, it's the same thing. You have players who are chosen to play on offense. You have players who are chosen to play on defense. And they play on those teams. You have the offense pitted against the defense, okay? So keep that in mind as we go along through this course. And I'm going to try to tie this together as to why it's important to understand the bull-the-bear battle, just like it is on the football field of viewing an offense and a defensive battle, okay? Now, the currency market is the largest market in the world, trading at the last BIS survey in 2007 at about $3.2 trillion a day in volume. Huge market. Basically dwarfs all the other markets, the futures, equities, and the stock exchange. Now, who are the players in the currency market? We have the banks, commercial companies, central banks, hedge funds and speculators, brokers, non-bank Forex companies, and the retail traders, such as you, make up about 5% of the market. Now, banks that I'm talking about here, normal banks like Bank of America, Branch Banking and Trust, maybe First National Bank, all these are normal banks. And then you have the central banks like the Bank of England, the Federal Reserve. These set monetary policy for the prospective prospective countries that they control monetary policy in. For instance, Federal Reserve is over the monetary policy for the dollar, which controls the United States currency. So all of these combined together are the players, the big boys in the market. They're what makes the market work. They're the guys that participate in the market every day. Now let me give you some statistics about online trading. There were 14.3 million online investors by the end of 2000, 17.4 million in 2001, and 20.6 million in 2002. So actually, we grow at a rate of about 125% of investors added to the market every 5 years. We had 35 million online investors in 2009, so we're growing every year by year, just leaps and bounds of people who are engaged in online trading. Now let's look at a few statistics about the National Football League. The statistics here show that, of course, in 1970, the NFL and AFL, the National Football League, and the American Football League merged to become one. Super Bowl I was played in 1967. Now, for most of you who understand about National Football League and about football in general in America, you realize the Super Bowl is one of the biggest sporting events of the year. Well, this actually all started back in 1967. Super Bowl Sunday is the second largest food consumption day, only second to our Thanksgiving holiday here in America. Huge day for food on that day. 106.5 million viewers watched Super Bowl 44 just a few years ago, and 120 million watched 16 games weekly. A lot of people tune into NFL football. NFL revenue is about $6 billion annually, so it is a very, very huge money-making machine. So, like the markets, football is a huge business. A lot of money flowing into NFL football. You've got multiple people sinking money into marketing into NFL football. But why? Because a lot of people have interest in it. Okay, and it is a sport that everybody loves to watch, and a lot of people love to play. Now, who are the players in the NFL? I'm going to point out a few of them here. You've got Drew Brees as a quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, who just won the Super Bowl about a year and a half ago. And then you've got LaDainian Tomlinson's a running back for San Diego Chargers. Ray Lewis is a linebacker in the league. Steve Smith is a wide receiver. Adam Vinatieri is a kicker. And so these guys play in the market, just like the players in the Forex market were the dollar and the Swiss franc. So we have players that we like to see, we like to watch. And, these players have developed their skill, and they've decided, I'm an offensive player, I'm a defensive player. They've played to their strengths, and so these are the players that we, recognize on a regular basis in the football arena. Now, we have the market hours for the Forex market, 24 hours a day, 6 days per week. You have 3 main sessions. You have the European session, which is the largest, the United States North American session, and the Asian session all make up the markets. The market opens around Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern and closes around 5 p.m. Eastern on Friday. In football, you have conferences and divisions, which separates the teams. You have the AFC, which has the East, North, South, and West, and you have the NFC, which has the East, North, South, and West. So every Sunday, individuals get around their TV sets or they buy tickets and go to a live game, and they watch these teams from these different divisions compete every Sunday after Sunday for 16 games a year, and then into the playoffs, and they cheer these particular teams and these particular players on. Just like every day in the markets, guys get on their computer and they tune into the market and they choose a side that they want to be on, and they decide whether they want to be a bull or a bear. They decide whether they want to be on the dollar team or the Swiss franc team or the euro team, and they decide what environment it is for them to engage and I'm gonna get into that in the next video. Some Sundays it snows, some Sundays it rains, sometimes it's beautiful weather when we watch these football games. But week after week, these teams get together and they compete against each other, and that's to win their division number 1, to win their conference number 2, and to ultimately win the Super Bowl number 3. So this concludes Part 2 of this 3-part video series. Please join me for number 3 as I go over the strategies of football and trading and how they are similar. I look to see you there.